Balck Rose blockers complete their time on the box, coming back on the track. So now we're back to some 5-on-5 derby. Baby stretch taking Starstruck down on that initial pass. He's forced to recycle. Skatenstein is out with a Mars lead.
Sometimes you gotta like completely bounce out. Like if it drops.
Crow and Beans guarding that outside line.
Then go live.
So Skatenstein with 3 points and a call off. Scoreless jam here for Balck Rose.
So yeah,
Our next game will be 5-on-5. Both teams at full strength. Armstrong Jr. out there for Mars. Balck Rose putting out Twig to jam. Junior is coming out with lead. Slaya taking Twig out of bounds on the outside. Swiss rolls, trying to control Slaya and keep her in the pack, but Slaya gets past Swiss, bringing Twig all the way to the back. 2 blocker penalties. Is going to put 1 blocker from each team in the box. Now Booberry and Icebox brace together. Nice defense by Icebox against Junior. Now Balck Rose walling up with a 3-wall, turning into a tripod. Icebox still working that defense along with the Booberry. Nice defense by Booberry, taking Junior out of bounds and forcing the recycle. So Twig, not our lead jammer, but she is in to score some points. Junior has 4 points and calls it off before Twig can score anything. So 4-0 there in favor of Mars. They're at 190 over Balck Rose's 94. Moving into the last quarter of our game here, just under 15 minutes to go. Wreck-It out there to take on Ankle Biter. Ankle Biter is out with lead jammer. Scar going in, trying to send Ankle Biter out of bounds with a hip check, but Ankle Biter just too fast. She stays in. Now she's on her scoring pass, but she is taken out of bounds. Ankle Biter getting some assistance from Jawbreaker. Wreck-It is in. Now taking on Jawbreaker one-on-one. Toe stops on the inside line, stays in bounds. Wreck-It's out with 4 points for Balck Rose. Scar now working some defense against Ankle Biter. Icebox also working that defense, but Ankle Biter is through. Oh, some nice defense by Jawbreaker on the outside line, sending Wreck-It out of bounds and forced to restart this pass all the way at the back. Here comes Ankle Biter, getting some one-on-one defense now by Scar. Icebox joining that 2-wall along with Beans. Wreck-It's out with 4 more Balck Rose points. Looks like there's a few more points going in here just in the last seconds of that jam. All said and done, a 10-point jam for Wreck-It. Looks like maybe 8-point jam for Ankle Biter. There's an official review underway, though, called by the Mars bench.
So like they were like, we were the premiere, like, the more than
Official review called by the Mars bench. Our officials will get together now and talk about their the review here in detail. Once there is more information, we'll bring that to you and move on with our game. Official review called by the Mars bench, questioning whether or not a back block had been committed by the jammer on Balck Rose in the previous jam. When the officials got together and talked about what they saw in detail, it was determined that that action had not occurred, or at least not enough to warrant a penalty, so no call will be issued, and they will have lost that review. Still in a timeout by our officials for some other matters right now that are being addressed. So as soon as that is complete, we will bring to you some more Derby. Hey, skate with confidence, whether your sport involves 2, 4, or 8 wheels. AAA is the leading global brand of helmets and protective gear worn by everyone from beginners to the best skate athletes in the world. Philly Juniors would like to thank AAA for helping to protect our brains again this season. All right, rolling whistle brings us to the end of that timeout. So Balck Rose with the pack advantage. They have Sunset Scar out the jam, and Sonny is our lead jammer for Balck Rose. Booberry, the captain of Balck Rose, working some defense there on the inside line against Oddball, who is jamming for Mars. Now Bloody Mary got some defense going there in a tripod for Balck Rose, held up by Farrah Fawcett. Here comes Sunset Scar on her first scoring trip through. Sunset Scar fighting up against number 911 Punisher. Blueberry with some defense on Oddball. Oddball forced to come into the back of the pack. Blueberry doing an excellent job tracking that Mars jammer like a cat chasing a mouse. Oddball is out. Sunset Scar has 4 points, and she calls off the jam before Mars can have any points. Compliments of Oddball. So 4-0. (198-108). Mars in the lead. 11:51 left to our game. Starstruck coming out the jam now again. Skating sign, and it is a 5-on-5 jam. Our penalty box is clear. That whistle starts the action. Starstruck is out, picking up lead for Balck Rose. Skatenstein making his way through the pack. Now his initial pass is complete. Here comes Starstruck. on his first scoring pass of the jam. He's got to get past Seek and Destroy. Seek and Destroy going out of bounds now. Starstruck picking up some momentum within the track, powering his way through that three wall of Mars blockers. Starstruck does have a +4, and it's going to be a scoreless jam for Mars. Throwing pens across the track there to Punisher. Balck Rose working to close up that point spread just by 4 points in our last jam. Twig back out with the Jammer Star. And that looks like Armstrong Jr. to take on Twig in this jam. Once again, 5-on-5, so both teams at full strength. Blueberry now getting some defense. Icebox slowing down Junior, but Junior is out, and he's our lead jammer. Twig on her initial pass. Mad Dog getting back up, forming a tripod of Mars blockers against Twig. Junior called off on a back block, so losing lead is going to be a 2-minute jam, and a chance of a power jam now in the hands of Twig. Twig is brought all the way to the back. Punisher working some defense against Twig. Twig makes her way past Punisher, and she is out and completing her initial pass. So Twig now officially on a power jam. Twig is in and gets past Rogue. A little bit of a spill there coming around the turn. Twig is involved. She gets back up on her skates. Once again, this is a 2-minute jam as there is no longer a lead jammer. Twig is called off on a penalty. Twig called off on a back block. Junior out of the pack, incomplete scoring pass. Looks like that's going to yield 3 points to Mars. Oh, Icebox goes in to close up that hole, but Junior making an apex jump around Twig, and he's got 4 points. I'm sorry, around Icebox, and that makes 4 points. Crow going for some defense. Junior getting past that wall of Balck Rose blockers, putting another 4 points on the board. Twig serves her time now. She's released from the box. Junior completing another scoring pass. Now looking at 15 points with, again, no chance for a call-off. Baby Stretch keeping Twig stuck at the back of the pack. She gets past Baby Stretch. Now Twig trying to find her way through. Goes right up the middle, getting underneath Punisher's arms. Twig is out. 17-point jam there by Mars, compliments of Junior. Twig getting 4 points in the very last seconds of that jam. Going into a timeout here called by Balck Rose. Philly would like to give a thank you here to Pivot Star. Pivot Star was brought to life in 2006 by the passion of roller derby and the desire for quality athletic wear. Today, Pivot Star can be found worldwide, not only in the sport of roller derby, but on various other athletes as well. It's famed for fit and quality while sticking to the classic necessities of being an athlete and simply being comfortable in everyday life. Located in Ontario, Canada, but delivering worldwide. If you are interested in giving your favorite skater or team a shout out, visit the PRDJ merchandise booth here right at the bottom of the bleachers and show some love with a shout out. A reminder, if you are on skates, you must be in full gear. And for your safety and the safety of our spectators, skates are not to be worn on the bleachers. Our timeout coming to an end. Back to our jam. Looks like it's going to be some 5-on-5 action. 8 minutes left to our game. Mars 215, Balck Rose 116. Wreck-It out there to take on Larry. Looks like Larry taken down amidst that pack. Wreck-It put out of bounds on the inside and has to restart this initial pass. Okay, Larry's out, getting 2 whistles. That means he's our lead jammer. Starstruck making a hole for Wreck-It. Wreck-It getting a collision there against Hasselhoff. Nice toe stop work Reckitt is out on the inside line, stays in bounds, completes an initial pass. Larry in for some points now, but getting slowed down by Beans. Larry still getting that blocking by Beans, and Farrah force it. Larry calls off the jam with 4 points to show for it. Another 5-on-5 jam. Very quick lead by Skatenstein. Sunset Scar has the star here for Balck Rose. Now Sonny moving to the top of the pack, but Mars throwing a 3-wall and a catch against Sonny. Skatenstein out with a very quick round of 4 points completed. Ankle biter proving to be a nemesis here of Sunset Scar. Ankle biter putting Sonny out of bounds and forcing her to restart this pass. There are 2 points completed now by Skatenstein. Sunset Scar breaking out of the pack. Diablo working the inside line, works some defense against Skatenstein, keeping Skatenstein stuck, sending him out of bounds. Those 4 whistles and the jam. Looks like Skatenstein does have another round of 4, making that 12 points up against a scoreless jam by Sunset Scar. So 12-0, bringing Mars to 231, Balck Rose 116. And Starstruck out the jam, called off in a track cut on his initial pass, so he'll be losing the chance for a lead. Farrah force it with some nice defense against Armstrong Jr. Armstrong Jr. gets ahead, avoiding that block by Crow. Mars losing Mad Dog to the penalty, and Jr. is our lead jammer. Beans working some defense on the inside, on the outside line, putting Junior out of bounds. Junior completes that 4-point pass. Still a power jam in the hands of Junior with Starstruck in the box from that earlier track cut. Junior getting 1 step ahead, avoiding all those blocking attempts by the Balck Rose defense. Finishing another 4-point pass, now looking at 8 points. Junior taking on Farrah, force it once again. Farrah goes down. Junior is out. It's an incomplete scoring pass, so missing 1 point. There is a 3 points there going on the board. One last apex jump in that jam. Is going to give 4 more points here to Junior, making this 15-0 in favor of Mars. Oh, Twig is out the jam next, and she is lead for Balck Rose with 4 minutes left on the period clock. Oddball out the jam for Mars. Here comes Twig on her first scoring trip through the pack. Slaya working some defense. Nice defense by Slaya against Twig. Slaya bringing Twig all the way to the back, forcing her to restart this pass. Oddball not lead, but does have 4 points. Twig now making way to the front of the pack. Ankle biter and Slaya trying to close in on Twig, but Twig gets ahead, stays ahead, and has 4 points. So all said and done, that's 4-4. Nothing gained, nothing lost. Balck Rose 120, Mars 250. 06 Skating Sign out the jam for Mars, taking on Wreck-It. Skating Sign picking up lead. Skating Sign now on his first scoring trip through, and he's out with 4 points. Looking at some 5-on-5 derby right now. Our penalty box is empty. Rogue taking Starstruck out of bounds. And Starstruck called off on a penalty just as that jam comes to an end. No, I got. Yeah, he gave me. I got mine first. Oh. Yeah. Brett likes me. It's so nice. There you go. And going into timeout here, called by our officials. PRDJ is grateful to have DBS Audio Systems for providing us with our amazing sound setup for our home tournaments. Thank you so much for always knowing exactly what we need and making us sound good. Make sure you check out the awesome raffle prizes up at the table next to the check-in table. Derby gear, helmets, apparel. There's a little something for everyone. Buy a raffle ticket, hey, or 10 at the raffle table to help support the Philly Roller Derby Juniors program. And if you're lucky, take home a great prize. Please and thank you. 110 Sunset Scar back out there to take on Armstrong Jr. Balck Rose down a blocker, so it's a 4-3 jam. Junior getting up to the front of the pack, rolling around Bloody Mary, and he's our lead jammer. Incomplete initial pass by Sunset Scar. Junior passing the entire pack, keeping a wheel on the line, staying in bounds, putting the first 4 points of the jam on the board. There's Junior again, taking advantage of a hole on the inside. 2 scoring passes complete now by Junior. Scar taking Junior out of bounds on the outside. Now Scar and Starstruck rejoining their defense, but Junior is out with another 4, making this 12 points. Sunset Scar still stuck in the pack. Junior coming in on a fourth scoring trip, and it's complete. Sunset Scar does come out with 4 points for Balck Rose. Both jammers in for some points now with 38 seconds left to the clock. And Junior called off on a track cut. Junior going out of bounds on the inside, stepping in front of the initiator. Looks like this is what happened there. So Junior is going to be seated in the box for a penalty, and Sunset Scar is on a power jam. Mars not giving up on their defense, though. They're keeping Sonny stuck within the pack for the last couple seconds of the game. Starstruck trying to break up a hole for Sunset Scar. Sonny passing that star over to Diablo, and we time out at 2 minutes. So this next jam will be a power start in the hands of Black. Oh, no. No, unofficial score. Mars 275, Balck Rose 126. Our referees will meet with our scorekeepers and go over all of the math and the points, and as long as everything looks good, we will have an official final score. Stay tuned for just a few moments because we still have MVPs to give out, and then we are moving into a ceremony after this. I don't know. I would think there'd be a few minutes at least. What's up?
Are you out now for a while, or are you going to continue?
Yes, you have to do MVPs, right?
Yeah. So I'm still here. I'm still here for a while. I think.
I'm just trying to figure out